What's up? Your boy Frank Bank in the building. Here covering another Sixers game. Sixers get a W last night. What a game. Against Boston at home. What a game it was, though. We were up. Well, basically it was like a pretty close game in the first quarter. We went up in the second quarter. Once again, we came out flat in the third quarter, which is something we have to fix. I don't know what it is. I don't know how this Nick Nurse doesn't, you know what I'm saying, like that isn't preaching to these guys to come out more aggressive in the third quarter while they're not playing the next game more aggressive in the third quarter. But we got smoked in the third quarter, and we actually still got a chance to win the game, and won the game on a Kelly Oubre putback. This game, man, it probably unwrapped a lot of things. One of the things being is Justin Edwards being a good bench piece, because he led the team in scoring. He got off the night off with his shot and all that, even though he missed the potential game-winning shot, and Kelly Oubre was there to pick him up. He's looking like he could be a good, viable piece. But since the beginning of the season with Watford and Watford and Kelly Oubre playing so well, and the power forward positions kind of being like locked down, that's why Justin Edwards really couldn't get the minutes. And then VJ Edgecombe playing well, Quinn Grimes coming off the bench. The Sixers is deep this team, so it's not like last year when deep this year. So it's not like last year when it was more space for Edwards to play because we was having a tanking season. But at the end of the day, I feel as though Justin Edwards should be getting more minutes in the next game, because he's like a smooth player. He could shoot the ball. Really, he could shoot the ball. That's really the most. And he's a good defensive player. But he showed that last year. Hopefully he was like maybe battling an injury or something. He's coming into shape, or maybe he was out of shape and he's coming back into shape now. Because this is just his second year, so he probably didn't know how to really play the offseason like that, because it seemed like in the summer league and all that, he was kind of like off his game. But maybe like now is probably a good time where he's gonna be getting back into game shape. Just like I feel like Embiid is the same way. But man, last night Embiid didn't play because of the knee soreness or whatever he had. And that's really confusing to me, because there's only 9 games in and he's already going through this. Like, I don't want to believe all the naysayers that say that Embiid is not the same player. I just wanted to think that Embiid was just like he always is. He comes into the league season kind of rusty, and once the season goes along, he becomes a better player. But it seems like he's maybe getting more sore. If in the 9th game of the season, he's already, his 9th game of the season, because he missed a couple games. He's already having injury issues. But hopefully this is just like a little thing, and they know kind of how Embiid plays against the Celtics and how they play him, and maybe they just wanted to sit him out because they know he was gonna get a lot of doubles and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if he sits here and he has to play Boston in the playoffs, even though Boston is only 5-7, so who knows if that's even possible, you can't sit him out. But maybe because it's early in the season, let me just think positive about this situation, because it kind of bewilders me. We need Embiid to do anything, just like Charles Barkley said on one of the radio stations when he was talking. We're gonna need Embiid to win anything major in this season. But let's see, man. Maybe they playing him out on, like, because, they want him to reach the playoffs and be at his full potential in the playoffs. I kind of seen McCain play last night again, but he's on like a 10-minute restriction. But he's like not looking like the same McCain from last year, man. Hopefully, I think is that knee brace that he has on that's slowing him down a lot, but he looks so slow. Like, he can't get off, man. That knee injury must have been bigger than we thought, the meniscus tear. Or torn ACL, whatever he had. It looks like he's recovering from it, not as easy. Like, we so used to MB coming back from these knee injuries and still being great that just seeing McCain kind of struggle is kind of like, you know, confusing, because he was getting off last year. But at the end of the day, it was like a kind of a tanking season last year. But when he was playing, they was like kind of winning games a little bit, like trying to get back into the mix. So, and it was like cup games and things like that he was playing good in, which was kind of competitive. So I don't know, man. Hopefully McCain gets back, man. He's such a sniper and a sharp shooter that we need him to be part of this rotation. Quinn Grimes came yesterday and still did his thing like he always do. 18 points off the bench, 3rd in the league in bench points, still doing his thing and giving us a crazy bench depth that we haven't had in a lot of years for the Sixers. Especially when our main stars come out the game, it seemed like we didn't have no kind of backup players. It's so sad that he's like on a 1-year contract, and it seems like the Sixers not going to be able to sign him. So this might be a one-off year that we have a good bench. But like I said, Justin Edwards came off the bench yesterday. So if he could become a good player off the bench, I know he has potential to be a great player, because he was #1 in the whole country at one point in time before he went to college. So he has the talent. If he could put it together, he could be a good bench piece for the Sixers. We have to build a strong bench. Like, I was looking at what was it? I think it was like a little clip that NBA Instagram had on the 1983 finals, and the guys were saying like, Sixers got a good bench and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like, man, to build a championship team, you got to have depth, man. That's like every team that does it. Even like the OKC last year, they had a deep team that once you know what I'm saying, once the players come out the game, the stars, you could still have players that was going to catch you by surprise and beat the other team's bench. That's part of the game. But yeah, like I was saying, man, Maxey did his usual, but only had 21 points. That's probably going to put his league leading average down a little bit. But 21 points in a win against the Celtics, I'll take that. But like I said, this team is a fighting team. And it seems like, man, we could have even beat Detroit the other day. So it's like, we kind of like coming down to the wire in a lot of wins. And hopefully since this win, we kind of came on the positive side, where we've been like all the close games we've been having, like that we don't finish off in the fourth quarter, that we actually come down to the last possessions. We've been like kind of like coming in the wrong end of it. Maybe like we've been working on things, and even though we got a good shot from Edwards, we knew like we had to crash the offensive rebounds and stuff like that. So, or get in a position to get an offensive rebound and a tipper. We probably been working on them things in practice. So I like that we actually came out on the positive side of a close game. But like I said, Sixers take the W. I'm not exactly sure who we play next, but I'll be here for the next live play-by-play. Hopefully, I appreciate everybody that's been joining my play-by-plays. And now we are 7-4, tied for 3rd in the conference, because Detroit is 9-2. That's the crazy part. We just came down the wire with Detroit. So I guess Detroit is like kind of, because Cade Cunningham is coming into his own. Maybe they starting to get a little better than we actually thought, because we thought there was going to be like a mid-tier team. Maybe they're getting a little better because of Cade Cunningham. But I didn't fear them too much when we played them the other day. So to me, the Eastern Conference is wide open, man. Sixers got a chance to take this joint, even though Embiid is going through his struggles. Hopefully he plays this next game. And Paul George, this was supposed to be another report that came out. This is supposed to be his last hurdle before coming back. This little visit with the doctors, I guess. Like, I guess that's how they came out of the doctor's visit. So hopefully Paul George should be coming back before December at least. And we should have at least Paul George back, and then maybe Embiid here and there. We should be a little bit of a better team. McCain should be coming back into his own, taking off that brace and playing more quicker. You know, he's still like kind of probably scared to fall on his knee and stuff like that. But once he gets to the speed of the game, he probably will get better. And we should have our whole team going into December, man. And if we go into December with a good record, even though we've been injured, that's a positive. So 6 is tied for 3rd in the conference. Let's keep getting these wins. Thanks for watching. And see you on the next live play-by-play. I will be putting up the post, you know, how you call it, shortly or whatever, like, you know, maybe today or tomorrow, depending if it's a back. I don't think it's a back-to-back, so, but I'm going to check the schedule and let y'all know. Stay tuned to these lives. Appreciate y'all. Have a good day.